Once we decided that we wanted the iPad for Tia and for her development, with the funding, I went to the Apple website, and when we looked on there, I was looking for the iPad with the most features, obviously, to cater for her disabilities, and I discovered that Apple actually has a category for disabled apps and different features on their iPad that you can access. So I was like, well, this is definitely what we want for her, because I can see the future for her using this as her tool.
With the iPad, Mickey learned to access a lot of games. He's learned to download games. He's learned to download things to help him with speech. He also goes to YouTube quite a lot, downloads music that he likes and dances to it, which also helps. A lot of his dancing helps so much with the sensory. Views movies, spelling, he's improved a lot. He can't write that well. He hardly writes that well with his hands, but boy can he spell on the iPad and put things in.
I had access to a number of different individualised funding options, and some of them were just straight physiotherapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy. We bought an iPad because Alfie has difficulty with fine motor activities, and so that was to really target the pointing and the pinching, and purchasing apps that supported that goal.
So in today's time, we find technology is obviously a big thing for us. And with the Plumtree funding, we were able to get the iPad. So we got the iPad mini for Tia because it's small and compact and she can carry it around in her school bag, and we can then access the apps for her that help her with her disabilities. So for her communication, she's able to use her iPad to talk to people, which just opens up a whole new world for her. The other thing with the Apple iPad is that she is able to get it's the one thing in her life that works fast. So everything else that she does is slow, She tries to do things, she tries to eat, it's slow because she can't use her fingers properly. She can't toilet, she can't do lots of things. But with the iPad, it's boom, 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 boom. She knew how to do things on that before I knew. So, and she's 6 years old. So, I find that it's fantastic having that kind of technology in our life. I feel really blessed actually that we live in a time that our disabled children do have access to these kind of technologies.
Our little boy really loves his iPad and can spend the whole day on his iPad if we were to allow him. And the iPad's great in that there's entertainment on there through various videos and music, which he loves, but there's also other apps that you can put on there to try and develop his cognitive skills, develop his communication skills as well. So you try and balance the two. The iPad is also great in that there are restrictions that you can place on it so that he isn't just totally watching his Wiggle videos or Peppa Pig, that he can also be watching some of those more educational type of apps and participating in those. And often he and I will sit down and work through various apps as well. And one that he really likes at the moment is Elmo ABC, where he often uses my finger to try and trace letters and things like that. So the iPad has been a great resource for him.
I find, and with the iPod Touch or the Apple iPhone, because I'm sitting there in waiting rooms all the time for doctor's appointments with my little girl, I'm able to research all the stuff that I need to find out about her diagnosis and also about what is the next stage that we need to move to. And that's the time when I can come across these websites, and I'm most excited if I can see another parent's ideas and how they got through things and what ideas, what kind of ideas they've got, because that gives me the next avenue to go down. And also I find that when you listen to the story of other families, like it just connects with you, and you can understand, like you can see where they've been, and that somebody's done it before you. And so there is hope, like we can make it through. Part of the plan with Tia now, as we're moving forward, so with this iPad that she's got, so moving forward into school, we're going to find out where are her strengths. You know, I believe she's very creative, and so I can't wait to see where that's going to lead us to. She's a problem solver, and she's a very, very happy, joyful child. Who has great resilience, and yeah, she's really great. So I can see her really moving into a creative path, and that's exciting with the iPad, because now we get to explore all the different apps that we can put on there, and she can learn to draw, she can do her alphabet. In fact, we do already have an app that teaches her how to write her own name with her fingers, and it speaks to her and it shows a photo of her, and yeah, so it's a whole new world, and we get to find out what she's going to be.